If you're planning to podcast on the go and you're looking for a setup that's portable and provides high quality audio, then stick around because I've got a solution that not only checks both of those boxes, but it also fits in your pocket. Let's get into it.
This is the place for podcasters.
Hey, Brian here from Summit City Studios. I'm a podcast editor, producer, and podcaster myself, and I know that sometimes we have to take the show on the road. In fact, more and more of my clients are seeking solutions for capturing high-quality audio without the hassle and expense of lugging around a couple mics, mic stands, cables, interface, or even a laptop. In fact, my go-to solution for extreme podcast portability simply requires your phone and a wireless mic system like this one from DJI. First of all, disclaimer. This video is not sponsored in any way by DJI. This just so happens to be the system I chose to purchase for myself after doing some pretty extensive research. There are actually plenty of other options out there from Rode and Mobo, Boya, Komika, Saramonic, and others that may actually be better options for you depending on your needs and your budget. I'll put links in the description to all the systems I just mentioned so that you can check them out for yourself. So there's a few reasons why I recommend a wireless mic system like this one from DJI. First of all, the portability. I don't need to say a whole lot about that because, well, that's why you're here. And as you can see, this entire setup can fit in your pocket. But I do want to point out that inside this little case that awkwardly fits in your pocket, it comes with two wireless mics, a receiver, and a couple adapters that allow you to plug it directly into your iPhone, into a USB-C port, and there's even a cable that allows you to plug it directly into your camera. If you'd like a more detailed tutorial on how this system all works together, let me know that in the comments. The second benefit of a system like this is the sound quality. Again, that's one of the reasons you're watching this video, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on it right here. But if you're interested, I will do a simple audio test to show you how this mic compares to a few others at the end of this video. Speaking of sound quality, let me point out that what I'm recording on today is the Zoom F1 field recorder with the SGH6 shotgun mic attachment. Now, the reason I'm recording this video with this mic, with this field recorder, is because this had been my go-to travel microphone setup. In fact, I did a whole other video. If you're interested in this, it's a great setup. I still use it for certain situations, but it's, as you can see, it's not quite as tiny and small as the DJI mic, but it's a great system. If you're interested in more about this particular field recorder, I'll link a video to that right here in the corner. As I mentioned earlier, many of the wireless mic systems come with two microphones. And this is especially important if you plan to have a second person involved in your podcast. Having the ability to wirelessly mic both individuals will provide better sound while also providing flexibility in how you physically set up your space without having to be tethered to a laptop or a USB interface. One advantage of this particular system from DJI is that it gives you the flexibility to not only use the mics as wireless transmitters and record directly into your phone or camera that the receiver is plugged into, but each mic can also be used as a recording device on its own. Now, the beauty of this option is that you can use it as a backup if you somehow drop your signal between the transmitter and the receiver at any point during recording, but it also provides separate tracks that you can import into your DAW later and do any additional editing and post-production that you would like to do. So while your mic is the most important part of a portable podcast studio, that's a mouthful, it's not the only thing we need to talk about. The next step is to set up your recording environment. Now, I recognize when you're on the road, you don't have full control over the space you're recording in or the activity that goes in or around or outside the doors. And with the flexibility that a wireless mic system offers, you may be tempted to try and record at a local coffee shop, a restaurant, or maybe even someone's back porch. But as much as is possible, it's still important to choose a quiet space that's free from distractions. This could be an office, a conference room, a spare room in someone's house, your hotel room, or even a quiet corner of the hotel lobby. Wherever it is, you'll want to find a place where you don't anticipate many distractions or loud noises that can disrupt the recording. Secondly, if you have options and spaces to choose from, choose the one with more soft surfaces. Carpet, curtains, furniture, anything like that. An office can be an ideal setup, but many offices sport bare walls, hard desktops, and untreated windows. And all of those hard surfaces tend to smack around the sound of your voice right back into your microphone, causing a hollow echo in your final recording, which is awful to deal with. A room with more soft surfaces like upholstered furniture, cushions, carpeting, curtains, all can help cut down that echo. And finally, give yourself more space between you and your guest or your co-host or whoever it is that you happen to be talking to. Not so much that you have to conduct your conversation from an unnatural, awkward distance, but far enough that your voice is less likely to be picked up in the other microphone. You'll have to do some experimenting with this on your own because much of this depends on the mics that you have, the space that you're in, how loud you talk, and whether or not you're facing each other or you're both facing a camera. You may want to start with at least 3 to 4 feet and adjust from there. Now, I mentioned earlier that I would do a brief audio comparison between the DJI mic that we've been talking about in this video and a few other options that might be easy and you might be tempted to use to take on the road. Things like the built-in mic on your iPhone or even your AirPods or AirPods Pro, and what you've been listening to in this entire video, the Zoom F1 field recorder. And then we'll see how all of those options stack up to a typical studio setup with the Rode Procaster microphones going into my Rodecaster Pro mixer right here in the studio. Let's start with the one you've been listening to this entire video, just as kind of a baseline that your ears are used to. You're listening to Good Podcasting, the show designed to help you create, launch, and grow your podcast. We're recording this episode on the Zoom F1 field recorder with the SGH6 shotgun microphone. You're listening to Good Podcasting, the show designed to help you create, launch, and grow your podcast. And today we're recording on the DJI wireless mic that I'm holding right here in my hand. And now you're listening to Good Podcasting, the show designed to help you create, launch, and grow your podcast. We're still recording on the DJI wireless mic system directly into the wireless transmitter, but this time it's clipped to my shirt, and this is how it sounds. You're listening to Good Podcasting, the show designed to help you create, launch, and grow your podcast. And today we're recording directly into the built-in microphone on my iPhone 13 Pro. This is how it sounds. You're listening to Good Podcasting, the show designed to help you create, launch, and grow your podcast. Today we're recording on my AirPod Pros into my iPhone 13 Pro, and this is how it sounds. And now you're listening to Good Podcasting, the show designed to help you create, launch, and grow your podcast. And I'm recording now on my typical studio setup with the Rode Procaster microphone running into the Rodecaster Pro. And this is how it sounds. Let me know in the comments which you prefer. I think this one is probably the best setup. But for podcasting on the go, I'm curious which one you thought was the best setup that we provided in this little sound test. So there you have it. A pocket-sized podcast studio using just your mobile phone and a wireless mic system like this one from DJI. I'll post links to this mic as well as the other systems I mentioned earlier in the description below if you're interested so that you can begin creating high-quality content on the go from anywhere without breaking the bank or your back lugging around all your studio equipment. If you have any questions or tips on how to improve this setup, be sure to leave them in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video.